What's up, Best Self Squad? Welcome to this week's Trev Talk. So, before we get into it, there's something that I want to make sure you all are aware of. So, yes, it's been a few weeks since I've posted on the podcast portion of content. We're coming back strong. So, on Monday, I'm sitting down with a good friend and we're going to do something very unique. I don't want to give much of it away, but be ready because Monday, 9 a.m., the episode is going to drop, and it is something I've definitely never done on the podcast. It's a very unique format, and it'll just be a fun one to watch. So be ready for that, Monday at 9 Central Time for people who aren't in Central Time. But for today, this is a very important topic. It's something that really I don't know anyone who won't be able to benefit from just thinking about this, and it is, are you proud of you? Now this is, I think about this in three ways. The first one, obviously, just at the end of the day, looking back at how I spent my day, the people I talked with, the effort that I put in, the focus that I had, the energy that I had. Am I proud of just how I spent my day when my head hits the pillow at night? So that's the present version of me. But the other two ways I think about this is past and future. So if I rewind all the way back to my 10-year-old self, would my 10-year-old self, basically watching me on a television screen, how I'm living my life, how I lived that day, would my 10-year-old self be proud? So that's, did I, pursue my passions? Did I live in the moment? Just like how a child does. Was I curious? Did I make the most of everything? Did I have fun? So would my 10-year-old version of me be proud of me? And then fast forward all the way, way down to the future, if I'm blessed enough to make it this long in life, would my 70-year-old version of me be proud of how I live today? And that, I think, comes down more to like the building a foundation. So I think of it as the 10-year-old version would be more like bold action, living in the moment, present, and the future version of me is, did I build a foundation for him? Did I do things that will set him up for a great life? And so that is just what I want to pose to you, is how often do you actually think about that? And as I'm saying it right now, like you asking yourself, are you proud of you? Are you proud of the life that you're living? Are you proud of the person that you are? Are you proud of what you put your time and effort into on a day-to-day basis? Now, obviously, this is going to fluctuate. There are going to be days where you just don't feel as good. Maybe you're sick. Maybe, you're tired. You're whatever the case may be. It's not necessarily just based on results all the time, as I've said many, many times. It's, are you proud of the things that are within your control? Are you proud of the character that you have? Are you proud of just your life, just life? Are you proud of it? Are you happy with it? Are you fulfilled? Are you satisfied? Are you at peace? Do you feel good about you? If the answer is yes, obviously there's things that you need to keep doing. If the answer is no, obviously there's some things you need to change. But I have this kind of broken down into two categories. This is something that I've really put a lot of time and effort in with myself, because I've talked about recently, I had kind of been in a slump, and I realized it's pretty much been since the Run Some More race where I just got thrown out of whack. I felt like I was in a lull. I felt like I was in a semi-hypnotic state, just kind of going through the motions, not really feeling like myself. And so I had to hit a hard recalibrate and find clarity. Now, how I did this was I focused on the external world and the internal world. So for the external world, it's kind of just like what you would expect: career, relationships, spiritual practice, health and fitness, hobbies, all of those things that create my external life. I rated them, where am I at 1 to 10 right now? What does a 10 look like? Like in an ideal world, if I, got the genie from the Aladdin movie and I could ask for 3 wishes, I would wish nothing better in that area of life because it's already perfect for me. So what's the 10? Where am I at? And then what's one action step I can take to move closer to a 10 in that area? So I actually did this. So in my external world, in spirituality, relationships, finances, career, all of that stuff. I picked one action step that I could take to progress towards a 10 in that area. And since I've been doing that, I've woken up feeling much more alive, feeling much more at peace, feeling much more aligned. And then there's the internal component. So that's with the whole Tony Robbins 6 fundamental human needs. So it's significance, love and connection, variety, comfort or security. I don't know the actual one, but it's around comfort and security, growth and contribution. So same thing with that. What is a 10? Where am I at? How do I close the gap? Start with one actionable step. So for anybody who, when you ask that question, are you proud of you? And I'll even extend it to, on a scale of 1 to 10, how proud of yourself are you right now based on who you are, what you're doing, how you're spending your time, your money, your effort, your focus, all of it. What is a 10? Compartmentalized into each of those areas, internal and external. And how do you close the gap so that you can be fully proud of you? Even if you're not at a 10, if you're in a relentless pursuit towards a 10 consistently, then I think there's no reason not to be proud of yourself, right? Like if you're doing everything you can do, knowing with full clarity what you want your absolute ideal life to look like, and you have the conviction to go at it and prioritize it and not let obligations, distractions, things pull you off course. If you have that focus and you have that ability to stay the course, then I think you will be able to answer yes. Because that shift has happened for me in this last week. So in this last week, I had a session with my energy coach. We went deep. I basically told her, I need you to break me, and she absolutely did in the best way. And so I did a lot of that shadow work, and I realized many of the aspects of what was holding me back. And as soon as I realized it, I was able to then go out of that, find my clarity in all of those areas, create one simple step, and execute. So that's what I invite you to do. I'll leave it at that. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Again, Monday at 9 a.m. I promise you this is going to be a fun, quirky, probably deep, vulnerable episode for me and the guests. So stay tuned. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, and we will catch you next time. Peace.